I have to put this up on something. Uh, I wanted to say good morning to everybody on my page. I wanted to thank you for subscribing. And most importantly, I wanted to talk about how the music helped me get rid of all the negative thoughts that I was going through as a kid, as a teenager, and because of what had happened to me. So what I did was I would sit down and I would just write, and I would write all the things that were negative in my mind, and I would try to put them later on. I could hear music to put the negativity that I had in my mind into a positive, what do you call it? It's like a positive light so everyone else can hear it and understand it. So that's what I did. I ended up writing all these songs to make it easier for others that are feeling, things that have happened in their lives and they don't know what to do. And, you know, I instead of letting my thoughts get away from me, instead of letting my thoughts run wild, I redirected my thinking as a 14-year-old. And as a 9-year-old, when I started going to church and would hear the pastor say something, and I would turn it into a positive, what he said, and then I would sing it. I would always sing it to my younger sister and let her know, oh, this sounds like good this way and this stuff like that. So by the time I got 14, I ended up writing down all of my thoughts of what I was feeling, and then I turned them into a positive. Yeah, I turned them into a positive way that other people would listen. Yeah, so that's what I did as far as music. And continuing on my other video, I was looking at it and I know I missed a lot of things that were in there because I ended up having certain things that went on in that video that I said on the last two videos. I found out that the person that was using my identity was Nuri Martinez, the girl that was in the government office. They the same person. They were in the building I'm living in, using my certification that was in the office in the government office, that told me that in Spanish that I have on recording, that if I didn't go, she would off me before she 187 me. That's exactly what she said. So just so happened it was on my phone because I had an Android at the time. I had an Android at the time, and it was on my phone. And I seen it. When I seen it, I was sitting in my car, and I was looking through my messages, see if I missed any messages, and looked up and seen a whole 2.5, 3 minute conversation of time on a camera that I didn't remember recording anything because I wasn't even on YouTube doing anything at that time. Why I sit up there and listen to it, and for like 45 seconds I was like, oh no, I just touched my camera and it went off one day. Oh, I was getting ready to erase it. Then I start hearing shoot, 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 like something was rustling in the background. Something was rustling in the background, And I was like, what is that? Oh, that's me putting my phone down. What was I doing when I put my phone down? So of course I'm gonna listen to it. I listened to the phone message and I'm hearing someone talking, but they talking in Spanish. So I'm like, oh Lord, this and nothing. And then I heard somebody say, um, dia day, dia, what is it called? Basically, in Spanish one, they teach us Day of the Dead, which is dia de something like that. And when you say it, it has the word you know, Day of the Dead, basically. And when I heard it, it clicked my imagination on Day of the Dead. So I was like, who was I listening to? At first I thought it was my teacher at one of my college classes that I had taken a long time ago, maybe 6 months before that. So I was like, oh Lord, I got her my whole Spanish class on tape. This is what I'm thinking. Barely passing the class. And then all of a sudden I heard somebody talking, and then I heard myself talking. Um or people in the background. So I remember going back to my phone going, oh my God, I had left my phone right by her while she was at the counter taking everybody's mail, taking everybody's lawsuits, because I went and sent it to the lawsuit to let them know, hey, took it to them like, hey, you guys, I got this going on in the for the reward of the certain people and I for LA. So won't nobody else try to take it, because they had some woman talk about she had wrote a book on it and all this stuff, and her book consists of all these photos of people that were in the morgue and all this shit. So I was like, no, she trying to make it look like she done settled, or she's been working on this case, like doing the footwork. And what she has been doing was been trying to get people to talk to her about each and every 187 that went on in Los Angeles. She never did no footwork. It was like, how would you know every 187 that went on in LA? Because they don't even post any 187s in LA. So seemed like because one day I went to the coroner's office and I'm standing up there like, you can't get in there. It's a complete door, like a complete bar door. You can't get in there. So how did she get in there? How did she get in there? And how did she get get to talk to the coroner? Talking about, oh, I talked to the police and all that stuff. No, she never talked to the police. I went in there and talked to the police in downtown LA. But this was way before that the Lonnie Franklin case came up. This was way before, because I had heard something. Heard somebody talking. Heard these guys talking. So I did go and talk to them, but I went through the yellow pages to find these people. Find this office. So she's standing at the door of every time a thing happened and people not putting it together. Hey, she's standing at the door of the coroner's office every time somebody come up 187. But how you know that? Because they don't post that in LA. You know, they don't post it like that. They'll post something in the, what is that, the Watts paper? But it's only if the police department gives it to somebody in the police department to go take it to the Watts paper. And the person that was doing that was Lonnie Franklin Jr. I know for a fact. He was doing that. Much love to you too. Thank you. Oh, don't feel bad. It's always a repeat. Oh no, it's only showing that to you guys now. I get up to about 2,000 views every time I do a 45-minute talk. I get up to about 2,000 views. So what I want to tell you guys, So I messed up on a couple of things, but I found out that that girl was the same girl that's in here that's talking crazy to everybody, using my what do you call that? My certification from this community development school, which um I got my records now. Using that is the same woman that was in the office talking about she was gonna 187 me if I didn't go. And I couldn't understand why that dude that they just caught is right here. He was like right at my door. I'm like, she actually sent somebody. That's how close she was. She actually sent somebody. It was not a dream. It was like, how the heck would you do that? And I live in my own cousin's building. That's my first thing was, how did she do that? And then I find out that she's using another name under my certification in the office. She was really trying me. She was really trying me. I have never went up to jail over no woman and never plan to. You know. So I never, I am a million years, want to go to jail for a woman. You know. So I was telling you guys that, but what's so weird is the girl that I was talking about that left my house and it ended up in a burned building. She said, "No, I'm going to meet somebody. Somebody is picking me up." That's what she said. She said, "Somebody is picking me up." I said, "Girl, are you sure?" She said, "Yeah." Nobody never seen her again. Bless her heart. Never seen her again. They found the fire department found a house burning down. They put the house out. Went and checked. They didn't find nobody. A couple of weeks later, they found there was somebody in there. So that was real sad. And yeah, it was just weird stuff. She was actually in my house. I'm in this building working here like it's nothing, under another name. Calling the police on me. Like, how? What I do to her? I ain't did nothing to her. I think they thought I was dictating to them. Sometimes people that want to be in authority, especially in a different race than you are, a different nationality than you, they don't want you chastising them or correcting them on something they do. So they don't want you correcting them, especially if they know they wrong. They really don't want you correcting them on nothing. Um, and that's basically what they had going on. And I knew about that a long time ago. You know, just when people are think they got a authoritative thing, just sit back and watch. Don't say nothing. But in this case, they didn't have authoritative because I was told by the owners to come and check and see, because I lived here in California, what was going on. I don't know why I can't keep this up. Yeah, so in this case, she didn't have authority like she thought, but she thought she did. So it made her, yeah, she was using two names. She used the name that was in the city council. Then she turned around, came here, and was using another name. And then I knew it was her. I knew basically that, or they were one family. I knew that. But it just recently, I mean, I was being tortured here. I could feel like something was stabbing me. Something was sitting up under me. You know, I lay down and I could feel like a whole person laying under me. It was real torture here. I don't know if she here or not anymore. I don't care. But I wanted you guys to know that she's the same. They were the same people. Tell me how crazy that is. And all the while, dragging me around the state with her. And why does one person I want to say this. Why does one person ends up leaving, I'll just say leaving the city of where I was staying in? Why I have to basically do this in front of me just to get myself back because the person has been sitting stalking everybody all day long. And they do that now. They sit around stalking and doing their little thing like this. And when they finally leave or are incapacitated or in jail or whatever, that's when you gotta feel in front of you because everything basically has been a lie. Everything basically has been a lie. You got to actually feel in front of you. Like, what the heck is that? What the heck was that? Like they had a film around you all that time. I kid you not. Yeah, real spooky. So you guys heard anything new on the, well, I ain't gonna talk about that no more. Oh, have you guys heard anything about Christian Rock? Yeah, I think they still have her on hold, and even though her case had been transferred already to California, um, they still have a hold on her. I hope they don't keep her no whole another month. That's harsh. But California is harsh. And another thing with their laws, they torture people with minor crimes, but they go easy on those with these hardcore criminal crimes. With a hard felony, they go easier on them. They give them a bail. With a soft felony, such as drug use or paraphernalia, whatever they do, um, they get a harsh sentence. They got that bad, you know. And another thing they do, they like to let women out of jail, out the county jail at midnight. Don't ask me why would you want to leave a jail at midnight. They tried that years ago, and a couple of women came up 187th, and they still do it. They were still doing it from the 80s all the way to the 2009. 2009, 2010, and they still doing it. Talking about they'll be releasing women at midnight, but they don't release the men at midnight. I asked them. I went up to the LA County Jail and seen somebody coming out and asked them. I said, have you been to jail before? They said, oh yeah, I've been to jail before. Maybe once, twice. And I'm 60 or something like that, they say. And then they go, I said, have you ever been let out of jail at midnight? They said, nope. They always feed us, you know, give us clean towels that morning and let us go. I'm like, give you clean towels? It was like, yep. Asked the women, they said, oh yeah, I've been let out many times at midnight. And you know, that's a revolving door. So if you let out of somewhere at dark, that's because they don't want you to know remember that area. It's a dark place for you. So it's a revolving door. So it's always going to come back to your mind. Being let out of there in the dark. You know, who thinks about the dark all the time? Nobody. So sometimes when you go to jail, you get out at dark. If you didn't go to jail in dark, You're not gonna remember if you go to jail in the dark. You're not gonna remember that. You know, I don't care if you were sober or whatever, fighting, whatever you do in the dark and go to jail for. Um, you're not gonna remember that. But if you get out at night, or when it's still dark, 12 o'clock midnight, you definitely not gonna remember that. Your life gonna do a revolving step, and you're gonna end up right back in there. Has anybody ever noticed that? It's true. It's true. Yep, so I've been on here 20 minutes and 53 seconds. And I guarantee you, I got a good amount of followers, even though they following now, you guys, that are very, it's got a lot of views. Even though some people come on non-cognito, I got a lot of views on there. Yeah. So it was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, but that's the main stuff. So I'm going to let you go. Thanks for subscribing. Love to you all. Have a good day. Bye.